Do you ever get to the end of your day and feel completely overwhelmed, like you've just lost touch with yourself? You're looking for a way to get back to that feeling of inner peace, but everything seems so complicated. Well, what if I told you that you could create a simple personal healing ritual tonight, just using science-backed methods that take no more than 10 minutes? Stick around because I'm going to give you a step-by-step framework for you to be able to build a ritual that feels completely your own. And at Reorigin, this is the kind of work that we do. So we help people use neuroplasticity-based tools to reset old stress patterns, calm their nervous system, and reconnect with a grounded sense of self. And these aren't mystical techniques. They're practical, science-backed ways to help your brain and body return to balance. Let's be real here. So life can get chaotic, and finding a moment of calm isn't a luxury. It's absolutely essential. The whole point of this video is to hand you a simple, customizable toolkit for creating a personal healing ritual that you can start using right away. We're going to skip the complex hour-long routines and just focus on small, intentional actions that tell your brain and body it's time to heal and find balance. These aren't just habits, they're mindful moments that you approach with purpose. So why do rituals actually work? Well, it isn't magic, it's psychology. When life feels chaotic, having a predictable and structured routine can give us a sense of control and order. And a simple ritual can help convince your brain that your inner world is predictable and safe, even when things feel completely out of hand. In fact, studies show that performing a ritual before a stressful event can actually lower your heart rate, reduce anxiety, and even boost your confidence. So these structured symbolic actions help us process difficult emotions by shifting our focus away from stressful thoughts. And it's important to acknowledge that many of these practices, like mindful breathing and using scents for healings, have been part of traditions for thousands of years. And by engaging in a simple sequence of actions, you can activate your body's natural relaxation response, which helps lower stress hormones like cortisol and creates a lasting sense of calm. This is how you start to restore your inner balance, one small ritual at a time. Creating this is all about choosing what feels right for you. It doesn't have to be a long and complicated routine at all. So I'm going to give you a simple 4-step framework to help you get started. First is to get clear on your why. Before you do anything else, ask yourself, what do I want to heal, release, or invite in? And this intention is the foundation of your entire practice. It could be letting go of the day's stress, feeling more gratitude, or just reconnecting with yourself. A simple intention like, I'm releasing what I can't control, well, this can help ground you in that very moment. Setting an intention is what turns a simple action into a powerful tool for well-being. 2 is about choosing your element. So engage with your senses to signal that it's time to slow down. Think about what soothes you here. It could be as simple as lighting a scented candle or diffusing an essential oil. But the practice of aromatherapy has been used in cultures for centuries to influence mood and health. Scent is a really powerful tool because it's a direct pathway to the emotional center of our brain. You could also choose the warmth of a favorite herbal tea, the sound of a calming song, just 1 or 2 sensory elements that feel totally grounding and are very easy for you to access. All right, step 3 is the action, the heart of your ritual, a simple and deliberate action. And this doesn't mean that you have to do a full 30-minute yoga session or an hour's meditation. A powerful and super accessible action is actually mindful breathing. You just inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, gently hold your breath for 7, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for 8. This pattern can trigger an immediate relaxation response in your body. Another idea is to journal 1 sentence about what you're grateful for or what you want to let go of. The key is to pick a focused action that connects with your mind and body, and it can be anything at all. And finally, step 4 is about closing the ritual. Every ritual needs a clear ending. This signals to your mind and body, we're done. And it helps you transition back to your evening with a sense of completion. Your closing could be really, really simple. Maybe you blow out the candle that you lit. Maybe you take 1 last deep breath, or place your hand over your heart and just say thank you. Thank yourself for taking this time. This small act of gratitude seals the intention of your practice and acknowledges the time that you gave yourself. Creating a healing ritual isn't about adding another chore to your to-do list. It's about carving out a small sacred space just for you. Remember the framework, set your intention, pick one sensory element, perform a simple action, and close the ritual. And start really small. Seriously, just one thing to try. You don't have to be perfect either. A simple, intentional action that you do consistently is more than enough to create real benefits. The most powerful rituals are the ones that you actually do. So make it something you genuinely look forward to. You have everything you need to start trying this tonight. Begin to store that reconnection to yourself. So what's one small thing that you're going to include in your healing ritual tonight? Let us know in the comments below. And if this video was helpful, please subscribe and turn on your notifications for more simple ways to find inner balance. And if you're ready to take this further, visit reorigin.com and learn how to retrain your brain and build lasting resilience using the power of neuroplasticity.